Yep, so this is what I'm looking at. Trying to get these off of there. Just really starting on one side. Oh yeah, broken studology right there. Oh, more broken studology. Yeah. Rusty bikes are still hard to work on. So here we go. How many miles does this thing have on it now? 60,000? I'm tired. Let's go. All right, different day. Promise. See, the sun's actually out. But anyway, working on this thing still. Had exhaust leak somewhere around in here. I don't really know. It's rusty, but well, I had the micron on there, so it wasn't a straight header. I'm not one of those dudes. Anyway, I'm shooting with the new phone. Yeah, so you guys see that exhaust leak was down in there. Got to change the oil filter too. You want to see it get worse? So safety glasses engaged, baby. Yeah, it got dramatically worse. Sawzall came out, cut off wheel came out. Got the fire extinguisher there, you know, just in case. But yeah. Yeah. Alright, so you basically, when you cut the pipes off your bike, I think it's a law, you actually have to start it up a little bit. So I got 2 connected and 2 disconnected. I mean, I pretty much have to do this, right? Like, I gotta do this. This is like, light wasn't working. Oh, my switch must be bad. Either way, but yeah, here we go. Oh, that is hella loud. I don't see how you boys do that. All right, so step 3 of, or day 3 of project Let's Make Your Exhaust Worst. Everything I touch breaks, aka I hate living in rust states, but these are the free states, so I said what I said. Dig into it if you want. I was able to get those out. That one snapped off. I'm saving that one for last because next to the oil line there. So that's nice and smooth. Been getting these boys out with a little bit of MAP gas, some vice grips, some safety glasses, of course. But yeah, this is the short version. So like I said, this is the short version. What you can do, what I've been doing is basic, well, this is a long version now, but this one, this little exhaust clamp I got out there, had like no chance of getting that thing loose. Like as soon as I got it like partially off, I used the air hammer a little bit to get, you know, to get it, break it loose a little bit. But yeah, just as soon as I got the one out, poof, snapped right on off. I'm like, really? Still not gonna cuss in this, but that's exhaust too. So I'm gonna have to drill those out. We'll see how that works. But right now I'm gonna try and get this one out here. Like I was saying to you guys, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take some safety glasses, and try and get all this stuff out of the way so it's flammable. You're gonna have fire extinguisher over there. And this is next to oil line, like I was saying. So you're gonna fire this bad boy up. Hit that right there, nice and smooth. It's not my fault if you burn down your house. Sorry if you do. I'm not starting a GoFundMe or anything for you guys. I'm not gonna do this with one hand. I want to see if I can actually use the new Flippy Boy camera to do this. So we'll see how that works out. I guess we're gonna try it. All right. So hopefully I don't burn my house down or my phone or anything else. So I'm gonna take the vice grips here and kind of preset to how you want to put them on there. Get it kind of close here, like so. That'd be really nice if it just broke loose right now. Be nice. No, that. It's gonna snap. Sweet. So yeah, that's how you do that. You just I had no chance of that. It was gonna snap off from the jump. So yeah, now you get your drill bits out and try and drill out all those things. So yeah, see, it didn't even burn down my house. Here we go. All right, another day of working on the bike. I promise I actually changed clothes when I use the same stuff to keep getting dirty and dirty again. Anyway, success. I got out all the studs, in a sense, the hard way, the long way, not the strong way. It does help that I am a CNC machinist, so I will share my skills and my expertise with you guys right now. Basically, you make sure you have some sort of tap lubricant, if you will, and magic tap, or you can use PB Blaster too. I mean, it works, but it doesn't work as well. You want to have a, well, I can't use it with this phone here. Have a tap handle. The tap size is an M6 by 1 for this specific application. Yzf600R is like an R6. So I imagine most of the Yamaha stuff is like this. I know it has a 10mm bolt head on it. Like, that doesn't make it a 10 mil or an M10. Okay, seriously, I know it can be confusing. Just because the fastener is a specific size does not make that thread that size. Remember that. That'll help you out in all your journeys in Japanese cars and things. Anyway, so basically took that there, got all those things. I used a left-handed drill bit. So what you want to do is you want to start off kind of small. I started off with 5/32, and then I moved up to a 11/64, and then moved up to a 3/16. And a lot of guys in your head are like, oh man, Les, that seems kind of small. The bolt is actually, you know, the thread size is bigger than that. Why would you go smaller? Well, I went smaller, so one, I can center it. So if you go directly to the sides, then there's a good chance your drill's gonna walk and kind of be all over the place. But if you use a center punch too, I bought this at not IMTS, I forgot what I bought it, PRI. Let's see if I could do this. All right, so this is like a centering punch here. It comes with a chisel one too. I think it was like 30 or 40 bucks. I can't remember. Well, you hold it right there. You just find out where you want to put that at. And then you don't even need a hammer. You just kind of pull back on that. And the spring does all the work. It kind of forces in there. Oh, shoot. It actually went through my little mat here. But yeah, that definitely helps out. So when you center your bolts, it works out a lot better when you put a drill in there. Trust me. But that's CNC skill right there. But no, you want to start off smaller with a smaller drill bit, and then kind of work your way up to a little bigger, or a little bit bigger. And that way, when you're tapping it, you're still actually smaller than the threads you're trying to clean out. And you can let the tap kind of like dig in there, kind of do its work. You know, it kind of gets in there and it kind of gets the so you're using the tap to actually clean out the side of the threads, because you never really get it perfectly centered on, like even with my eagle eyes. Safety glasses right there, I promise. But you never get it centered directly on there, so you kind of get the tap in there, and you use the tap. You use well, it's a gun tap or a through tap, if you will. So you can use that to kind of center it in there, and you kind of do. You don't force it. Kind of let the tap do the work there. Don't try to, you know, exactly that noise. But don't let the tap do, you know, force it in there. Let the tap do the work. Kind of let the, you know, and back it out, put something else, clean it out, put some more lube in there, push back through. Patience and perseverance, you know, that's just where you're going with this. It's not very quick or easy or something like that. Anybody else that tells you it is, then sure, right? Good for them. However, you are in this situation now, and it can end up so much worse if you break off a tap in your head. Because then this is hard metal, and trying to get that out of there, I don't know what you're going to do. You basically pull the engine from the bike or something. I don't know, or scrap it. With that said, though, now I have these bolts here, and these are just this is just like a junky bolt that I have in the garage. It's a 4.8 yield. And you kind of use those. This was the latest one right there, so you use that one to kind of put it in the hole there, like so. And it's not exactly perfectly you know, still has a little bit of play to it in the beginning threads, right? So you kind of screw it in by hand there, and I kind of clean this out pretty good. But you can see it kind of tightens up nice and smooth there. So I'm not going to run it all the way in and out, but I like to use a kind of a junky bolt. I shouldn't say junky, but something with not a great torque yield on it, so that way you're not using the bolt to actually cut threads. And you can't really, and then you know you can't make that very tight because you'll snap off that head, then you're in the same situation. I went to Menards here, and I got some studs here. So these are 100mm studs. I'm going to wind up basically cutting it in half there, and studding up the rest of the thing here. and putting it in there, and then, you know, we'll see how it works out. So yeah, we're gonna see how that pops off. Yeah. All right, that said, ooh, the smallest of jobs. Let's go. All right, well, got the headers back on. Not the best way how, but I did it my style. Let's see if she starts up there. Choke on. Oh, it sounds. Smoky smoke to it, but so yeah, that's the one I had to make into an M7, and I didn't have a stud. I couldn't get a stud, so I had to use a bolt. So yeah, not my favorite. I spaced it out with a bunch of nuts. So I'm gonna order studs from McMaster-Car. Hopefully they get here pretty soon, or if I can find studs somewhere else, that'd be even better. But yeah. Good so far. Doesn't sound raggedy anymore. So that was like a good 45-minute project that turned into 3 days. Yeah. I think I started on this on Friday. Crap. Oh man. Yeah. I'm gonna paint it, and I'm gonna fix the seat too, and yeah, we'll let it warm up here and make sure it's all good, and we'll go from there. See what happens. Yeah, that's it. SK out. 1.